Hi friends! Thank you so much for purchasing my digital morning work binder. I wanted to put this video together to show you how easy it is to create personalized binders for your students. You'll notice that your purchase includes 4 separate files. You have a file with your About Me pages, a file of your Level 1 pages, and then files of your Level 2 and Level 3 pages. You'll notice that if you have one of my Velcro binders or the dry erase binders, that the similar tasks and levels of activities are included in this digital version as they are in the print version. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is to make a new Google Slide presentation for each student that will be using a morning work binder. To do this, you'll simply right-click in your Drive and select Google Slides. Here it will load you a new blank presentation that we'll use to make a binder for your student. We can go ahead and click the X to get rid of themes. We can also click the slide that they put in for you and press delete to get rid of it. And at the top, we can rename it with your student name. Now, we're going to go back to the presentations that you purchased, and we're going to open them and select the pages that we want this student to work on. So an easy way to do this is to use the preview over on the left here that I can scroll down through to see all the slides included with the About Me pages. And I'm going to click each one that I want to include in my student's binder. If I press the Control button, I can select more than one at a time. So I can click the stars, and then while pressing hold, I'll select the phone number slide. I want them to practice their address. I'm going to scroll down. Let's do birthday, and let's do the weather. Now I'll right-click and select Copy. I'm going to go back to Susie's binder, and off to the left here, I'm going to right-click and hit Paste. And then I can also select Do Not Link over here. So now I'm going to go back to my original purchased product, and I'm going to look in the Level 1 folder, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use the preview on the left to decide which slides I want Susie to practice. I'll press and hold Control to select those slides that I want her to work on. And then I'll right-click and select Copy, go to Susie's binder, right-click and hit Paste. And you can repeat this using the Level 2 pages and Level 3 pages as well, because as we know, some students might be able to do the Level 3 math pages, but maybe they need Level 1 reading. I would caution you that if this is your student's first time using the binders, especially if they're first time using a digital activity, less is more, and you may want to start out with just a couple of slides and then build until they have more to practice. So for right now, I'm going to pretend that this is all I want Susie to work on. I have 9 pages of various skills for her to practice, but I'm still not quite done because I've included a couple of things in this product to help differentiate for your students, particularly on the personalized About Me pages. So pages that have this bluish grayish box are text boxes that students can type their information. So when Susie gets this, we'd expect her in this box to type that her name is Susie. And depending on her abilities, you may want her to type her first name, her first and middle, maybe her first, middle, last. But an included feature that I've included on these pages with the blue-gray boxes are hidden text boxes. So underneath of it, you as the teacher could put in her full name for her. And then when she gets it, now she can take this information and she can use it to help her type her name in the blue-gray box. So the bluish-gray box is for student use. The hidden text box beneath is for teacher use. On pages that have this black outline box, that indicates to students that they are drag and drops. Now, I've also included hidden text boxes on these pages of the About Me sections, so that if your students need it, you could type the phone number in for them. And now they're going to have to just match numbers. So they're going to look for a 5 down below and drag it up, 5 down below, and drag it up, and so on. Now, because phone numbers obviously are all different quantities of individual numbers, double check before you assign this to your students that you have enough digits. Like I can see on this one that there's 3 5s, and I only gave Susie 2 5s. So I can easily fix that. Let me reset this slide. So I would look at Susie's phone number and I'd say, okay, I see she has 3 5s, but Susie doesn't have any 6s. So I would simply click the 6 and press delete, and then right click on the 5 and copy it, right click and paste it, and just kind of drag it over. So just kind of take a quick peek to double check that you have the right number of numbers for your student. And if your student doesn't need those hidden text boxes, you could simply delete them. Other options include only providing students the exact numbers that they need down below, so you could get rid of all the extra numbers. Or maybe you're going to fill in half of Susie's phone number, so you're going to give her some of the digits, but not all of them, so she has to figure out now the remaining ones on her own. My address page is similar to the My Name page. There's a blue-gray text box for student use, but I've also included hidden text boxes. So you as the teacher could type in her address for her, and then she would just have to copy that information and retype it above. On the birthday page and the date page, I went to the magnifying glass and just clicked zoom out a little bit so I could see all of the manipulatives included, because I've given you plenty to ensure you can use this for a wide variety of children and their ages. You as the teacher will go through and decide what options and how many you're going to give each student to choose from. So maybe for Susie, we're going to give her 2 options and months to pick from, and we're going to delete the rest. I don't want any distractors. And we're going to give her, let's say, 3 years to choose from for her birthday, for her birth year, excuse me, and a couple options for her birth date, and a couple options for her age. And again, there are hidden text boxes on this page, so you could pre-type that information in for her, and then she just simply has to match them. But you definitely want to delete all the extra manipulatives off so she doesn't become overwhelmed, and then we can simply zoom back in, and now it's back to the full screen view. And again, Susie would just drag and drop the pieces to make her birthday and year. Today's weather, again, it's got a black box, so you know that the students can drag over whatever the weather is for the day. And then we're moving into the academic things. Academic pages, that would be your level 1, 2, and 3 pages, do not have to be modified. They're not intended to be personalized. They are one size fits all. However, if you have a student who does need the extra support, you certainly could go through and either pre-fill in some of the answers or give them less of a distractor. So if you have a student really struggling with colors, maybe you as the teacher are going to drag in all of the bars except for, I don't know, let's say except for 4 of them. So when Susie gets her binder, it's going to look like this. 5 of the colors have already been done for her. Now she only has to work on these 4 over here. And again, remember, I did not copy in all of the pages, but some of the activities are things like the letter match, so they would drag their letters up. This one is identifying coins and dollars and other kinds of money things. So again, it's drag and drop. You'll notice this one is pre-filled in, so students can simply match words. This is a level 1 activity, remember. And then touch point math, and again, they're dragging and dropping. If you have a student who's more advanced, you may wish to add in additional numbers to give them more of a distractor. Maybe you're going to copy this 6, and we'll right-click copy, right-click paste it. And now they have an extra number to decide that one of them doesn't fit, so that when they get to that last question, they don't automatically drag the last answer to the last question and think they're done. It'll make them think a little more about the activity. From here, once you have your pages set up that they're ready for student use, so I'm going to pretend that this is Susie's binder, it's everything that I want her to practice, everything looks good. You would simply assign this in your Google Classroom the way that you traditionally do. So you can create an assignment, you can send them the link. Attached with your purchase, there is a quick PDF guide that is going to show you how to share this with your students. So if you're not familiar with the Google Classroom or Google Slides assigning, please check out that PDF to give you details about how to actually get this now to your students. If you have any questions or need any help, please feel free to reach out to me, and thank you so much for watching my video.